Hi, I'm Allison Riddle, Utah's 2014 Teacher of the Year. I'm also the Elementary Mentor Supervisor for Davis School District, as well as a member of Governor Herbert's Education Excellence Commission in Utah. I'd like to give you a few suggestions for working with policymakers. I think Todd Weiler said it best in his book, What Great Teachers Do Differently, when he said you should build relationships before you need relationships. This is especially true for teachers and policymakers. One of the best ways that you can build a relationship with a policymaker is by following them on Twitter. Now I know not every policymaker has a Twitter account. However, for those that do, they're usually fairly active. And so this is an incredibly easy and quick way for you to make a connection with them. Each week, just tweet out a few of the great things that are happening in your state or in your district in education. But when you tweet that out, make sure that you tag those policymakers on your tweet. Then they'll get a notification and they'll see that it's coming from you. That'll start a conversation going. And at the right time, you may get asked of your opinion about things that are happening in the state, policies that are going on, and you've built a relationship that you can continue on over the years. Once you've started that relationship and you perhaps get a meeting with a policymaker, one thing you need to do before you go is make sure you know what that policymaker has control over. For example, it would be fairly embarrassing to meet with someone, say, on your state board of education to help them move funding, only to find out later that people on the state board really don't work in that way with funding. So make sure before you meet with the policymaker that you're aware of things that they actually can do that have to do with what you need. It's important that you build trust with them and that you build a rapport that makes it easier to communicate later, but especially it's important for them to respect you as an educated person. Knowing what they have control over is part of that. When you do have that meeting, another suggestion that I have that's incredibly important is make sure that you let them know who you represent. As teacher leaders, we're often involved in our state associations. Sometimes we're involved in professional organizations, and often we're politically active. However, when you speak with a policymaker, you want to make sure that you let them know that you represent the hardworking teachers in your state, that you're a member of NSTOY. And if you do have an ongoing state chapter, make sure that you mention that you represent your state chapter of teacher leaders. Sometimes it can throw off a policymaker if they assume that you're there to represent a state association or a political group. So make sure that you're clear with them who you represent and who you do not represent. And finally, my last suggestion would be this. Make sure before you speak to them that you anticipate the resistance you may get from that policymaker. Make sure that you're ready to state that you're aware of their side and that you still have reasons to show them why your side is incredibly powerful, that what you want to have moving and going in your state is an effective way to increase teaching and learning. Those are my thoughts. I wish you good luck, and I hope all goes well. Take care.